Hi. Hi, Ghost. Yes, you are first. You are the first one here today. Hi, lurkers. How you going? Let me get my iPad situated. Okay. Hi. How are you, Ghost? I did a little bit of reading about Beltane. I called it Beltane the other day. And it provoked a memory for me. I remember watching girls dancing the maypole dance in primary school. They used to do them in our school colours, and it was a thing that we did every year. And I forgot completely that they used to do stuff like that because that's one of the traditions for Beltane, the 1st of May, maypole dance. And I was like, whoa, it's that old. It's been around for that long. Yeah. So today, hi, Simples Meerkat. Hey, Hattie McFatty. I figured, yes, we're going to watch Chantal's non-rage. I do not want to watch the ASMR video. I think we've all seen it, and I think we know what it is. And we could talk about it, but I don't want to watch it. I did do a little bit of research on what ASMR is, and I thought we might have a look at some of those things because, yeah, the video just I don't think it was really what it was supposed to do, but whatever. But we are going to watch the non-rage. Yeah. So that's the plan for today. And then we're just going to chill out and do whatever else we want to do. So who else have we got? We've got Ocean Song. We've got Sachi Bell. Who else did I see? Who else did I see? Got it on here. Yep, that's everyone so far. Hi, my love, Ocean Song. I've seen you around the place, but I have been dipping in and out. I've been busy because I actually picked up an extra shift at work today. Otherwise, I would have done a stream earlier today. But I just did a little bit of editing and got the video ready, and now we're here. So, do you want to hang out a little bit more and wait for some more people to come in, or do you reckon we should just get going? What do you reckon? Hi, Emotional Smart Muffin. How are you? You are my emotional support muffin. There are no other muffins for me but that one. Yarn enthusiast, hello. Oh, thanks. Yeah, it was down and tucked behind my ears, but I just ran some water through it just to fluff it up a bit, and I was like, oh, this is good. Hairspray. Um, we can talk a minute. Cool. Hi, Stephanie C. Who else? Yeah. So what's everyone been doing today? I mean, we've got past Easter or whatever the religious holiday was, or whatever the long weekend we just had. What's everybody up to? It was meant to be an RDO for me, but ended up taking a few extra hours. They've got new members started for training, and they kind of just asked me to do a bit of coverage because I'm a supervisor, so I could just help out a little bit in that department. So I was like, sure, why not? It's all extra dollary doos for Cookie to go. And I went and did some shopping today. I did a little bit of shopping. We're moving into winter, so I had to go and buy a new quilt for the bed, bought myself some new pillows, went to IKEA and got some of that. And then I bought some other little bits and pieces, but I'm going to do a little video for members only and just do a little shopping haul, a little bit of a chit chat. Yeah, just put it into a little video for members. Yeah, that's about it. And then tomorrow I might even do a stream, or I might do a video. Depends on how early I wake up. My husband's not at home. He's at work, so I can be loud and we can laugh and I can yell. I probably won't yell because, nothing much to yell at today, but just laughters. Okay. Hi, Cowboy Dog. Hello. Hi. Ellen, hi, Ellen. Oh, hit the like if you're just coming in. Hit the like if you want to. Thunder Rain, hi. Trying to warm my feet up. Is it cold? It is a bit cold tonight. It's actually starting to feel like the beginning of autumn for us. I mean, I'm still on a short sleeve skirt. I've got a knitted skirt on, which is a little bit thicker, but it's beautiful in my spare bedroom now. It was a little bit hot before, but now absolutely gorgeous. It's just moderate. I don't need a blankie just yet, but I thought I'd get my new quilt and new bedding ready before the cold snap hits. Yeah. All right. So since we've got a few more in the chat now, we have 37. I thought maybe we could get going with this this non-rage video. So I have been, I am so proud of myself. I am figuring out the CapCut editor on desktop, and I've done a few tiny little things. It may not be massive to people who are experienced with editor, but I'm slowly, day by day, figuring out how to place things, overlay things, filter things, time things, yada, 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 yada. So let's get going. Hi, Drama Llama. I hope you're having a better day, hun. I was in Pulpy's chat earlier and you're not having a great one. So everyone give hearts to Drama. Make them feel a bit nicer, hey? All right.
So this is going to be just a bit of pointing some things out. It's not going to be
Note the purple flame filter around the edges. Yes, that's a new skill I developed.
So I know you're probably wanting that, but it's not going to happen ever again. I have been working on...
Goosey, hello. So nice to see you here. And who else have we got? I'll just say hello to a few other Havasu mums. Hi. We're just watching the non-rage rage.
So that means in regards to wanting to overeat, wanting to react in anger at being provoked to do so, and this and that. It's just been very, very helpful. Basically learning about delaying gratification. So I have been doing a lot of work on myself. So yes, I've been very...
She's 39 and she's only just starting to work on delayed gratification. I wonder what she's doing. How is she working on it? What's the new skill or the new information that she's got that's helping her flex her impulse control muscle? Is it simply just not going on live stream? Is that what she's doing? Like it's all kind of like with the edibles. Instead of developing the actual mechanism and the decision-making process, she's just eliminated it altogether. So exposing yourself to, yes, I'm just going to go onto live stream and I'm just going to say stuff and just be mouthy. It's the same thing that she's doing with the edibles. It's just a lack of access. If she was back home in Canada having access to edibles and gummies and whatever else, she would be consuming by the fistful. It's the same with the YouTube. She's learning the mechanism, but she's completely like, I'm not looking. It's a really terrible way to try and learn a new skill. It's
busy. I've decided to hold off on live streams because until I have this mastered, this impulse control, I think it's a better idea for me, obviously, to do recorded content that I can be more reflective when I say what I want to say. But I want to call...
Blondie, hi Blondie.
Call some things out. Look, there's so many people who like to accuse me of never being able to change, that my past will always follow me. No, my past will follow whoever pays attention to it, because me, I'm moving on. I have a right to become a better person. My ring is in the kitchen because I came back from the gym. I don't take my ring to the gym. I don't want to get damaged by the machines, and I just don't want it to get lost or stolen. In case that happens. There's a lot of people who want to drag me back down and want me to regress and just be miserable and negative like they are. And I say like they are.
Regression would mean that she's made forward motions. Oh, Drama Llama, thanks for becoming a new member. Welcome to the Cookie Cutters. Whoop, 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 whoop. Regression means you would have had to have made a step forward. Like with a toddler, for example. They get to a stage where, they're verbal, they're walking, they're feeding themselves, and a new baby comes along, and then their behaviors will regress. They take a step back and they stop hitting some of those milestones. That's regression. Foodie, for her to have regressed, would mean that she would have made some gains. What gains? The only change that I have seen in Foodie is her headwear. That's different. And she no longer consumes edibles because she doesn't have access to them, or she doesn't have THC or alcohol or whatever else concoction she was on. Other than that, There's no change in her attitude, her thinking, her outlook, her impulse control, the way she speaks to people. Her character is exactly the same. Nothing has changed. How can you regress when you've made no forward motion? That's what I don't understand with that. I think she's just throwing out words that she's heard from somewhere, like maybe Googled or something.
Because you can, people like Charlie, people like FFG can sit there on their high horse with their thousands of viewers all day, dog crapping on me, whatever. But at the end of the day, you're not any better. So I don't know where this high horse pretense of self-righteous rhetoric comes from. I just find it very hypocritical. Because
is it high horse or getting up on a high horse, or is it just observing what she's saying and doing? Like, I mean, most people have like a baseline for their life. Like, I wouldn't do that, wouldn't say that. And I think, peers usually sit on that same, baseline with each other. And when we see somebody skipping over, going above or below or around it or coming at it at a weird angle, we will say something. Is that a high horse, or is that just observing odd behavior? I don't know if it's a high horse or not. I guess maybe.
Charlie, you act like you're better than me, but you still, every time you react to me, you are seething. Like, you can hear it in your voice.
Jade. Okay, we'll do a quick rundown on how to be a mod, because I've just made Jade a mod because she's always on point. Basically, if you hit someone's name, you can see their channel, you can block them, you can time them out. People in this chat usually don't get blocked for anything unless they are clearly being transphobic, homophobic, racist, being nasty, degrading other members in the chat, just being basically vile. Otherwise, the first step is to time them out. But basically, everyone, as long as they are being respectful and cool, can stay. If you don't like a particular person, just personally time them out, and you don't have to see what they have to say. But I don't really block anyone unless they're really bad.
You try to act composed, you try to act high and mighty, but really it just comes down to you being disgusting in your commentary, talking about my body shaming me when you're a larger woman yourself. Actually,
you constantly talk about FFG, use body and her face. You are a larger woman yourself with a large chin. You've talked about Sarah Jane. You are a larger woman talking about another larger woman. It goes back and forth. It's the same thing. Everything that you accuse everybody else of doing, you have done yourself. You just conveniently forget that that's what you've done. You're committing the crime that you're accusing. You're a criminal like the rest of us.
If I need to remind you that you built your entire audience under the pretense that you would be better than Amberlynn and I.
No, that's not why she built her audience. That was why some people may have joined. But Charlie has built her audience, her rather large audience, on her commentary and her reactions. She wouldn't have got the amount of subscribers that she's gotten just on being a weight loss channel, because she hasn't focused on that part of that part of her channel for a long time. Just like you're no longer doing mukbangs, because that's how you grew your channel. You're no longer doing mukbangs anymore. You wouldn't consider yourself a mukbang channel. Charlie wouldn't consider herself a weight loss channel. She's a commentary reaction channel. Just because how you started doesn't mean it's how it has to be now. Audiences flex and change, as you would well know, Chantal. She would know this.
Ooh. You would make a difference. You would show everyone how to lose weight, something that Amberlynn and I could never do. But you're still just talking from the clavicle up, body shaming another obese woman who's trying to better themselves. So that really doesn't make you a better.
Are you trying to? You're a woman who is saying she's trying to better herself without actually showing any evidence of bettering herself. You don't get points for saying you're going to do something. You get points for enacting that thing. Ooh.
Better person. It makes you part of the hate train, negative train, and you're always going to have to do that to be relevant. I don't envy that. You
I'm assuming everybody can hear what she's saying because nobody's told me that you
guys can
can't.
have all the numbers you want. I don't envy that. I know people think I'm upset because I don't get as many views, or honestly, if that were the case, I would be doing live streams, like I would be doing open chats. I would be doing anything to try to save my channel. But I'm not going to do that. My health, my mental health is more important. We are fine for money. We're not rich, but our finances are none of your business. It's
This one now talking about money when she was, I hate having money in Cuba. I hate being rich. I'm going to give all my money away. I bet she'd love to have some of those dollary doos right now. And we were all sitting back going, she's spending too crazily. She's acting like a numpty. You got to save some of this for a rainy day. And she'd be like, you guys are judgy. These are my finances. It's none of your business. I have a budget. I have a plan. I know what I'm doing. We could see what you were doing. You were yelling at us, telling us we were wrong.
yes, we're fine. We're living with it. We're planning on traveling. We have enough, mashallah. We're happy with what we have. We don't need to degrade people to make a living. And for that, I'll never know.
You've spent a good year screeching about Nada, talking him to filth, talking Didi to filth. That's disgrading someone for content, for money, for dollars. So yes, you did for a good year. And then what have you done in between that time? You've talked about FFG constantly. You've talked about Monty. You've talked about creators, Sarah Jane. You are always talking people down. And then there's people in the chats. You're always, they're fat, they're ugly, they're poor, they're broke, they're stupid, they're idiots, they're zombies. These are the words that have come out of her mouth. She does degrade people for a living. That is her job. As a full-time YouTuber, her content is her career. That is what she has made her channel in the last 12 months. And she wonders why people are not wanting to watch her through her channel and they're wanting to watch them through reactors because her content is hard to palate by itself on its own.
Never be envious. Same with FFG. If she talks about anything else, you don't get the views either. If you talk about anything else other than me, you don't get the views. The views. So when she says she doesn't get the views, does that mean it's not reaching a particular amount that she deems a decent amount? Because if you get 1 view, 2 views, 3 views on anything you create, you are getting views. FFG gets views, Charlie Gold gets views, Pulpy gets views. Just because they're not like tens of thousands of views, they still count for our audience and the size of our channels. No, she probably doesn't get as many views on the camping stuff or the Doherty Dozen stuff because people would rather sit and talk shit about Chantal in reactors chats than go to her channel and directly interact with her because they don't want to pay a membership because they're just going to get blocked. It's going to be wasted money. She doesn't want to hear what you have to say. She doesn't interact with you. She doesn't talk to you. There's no incentive to watch via Chantal's channel. And her recorded content is not very engaging or interesting or well presented for people to want to go and watch it. But a view is a view. Like a view is a view. How many is going to be good enough to be considered views? 1,000, 2,000, 5,000, 6,000, 7,000, 10,000. How many? How many is enough? Even if you talked about me, if it was in a nice way, you wouldn't get the views. You have to be hateful. You have to continue to sell your own soul to get ahead. And that's not going to last forever. Everyone has ups and downs in life. Nobody has perfect.
How is it selling your soul? Giving your opinion is not selling your soul. What I notice and what I say is not selling my soul. I can walk away and feel okay about the things that I've said. How is that selling my soul?
Good luck streak their whole life. It doesn't happen. I had my time where I was making a lot of money, but I was miserable. At the time that I was making, 20K a month, I was miserable. I hated my life. I just honestly just consumed the money away. Now, I don't make that much.
Again, while she was making all that money, she's like, I love my life. You're so jealous. You wish you could have my life. You're all just jealous. jelly, jelly, jelly. And we were all saying, you look miserable, you sound miserable, you're behaving miserably. And in reflection, she's now like, yeah, I was pretty sad. I was making bank, but I was really miserable. And we were trying to tell her this. You do not seem happy. You're not acting like a happy person. The money is not going to make you happy. But she was trying to convince us she was. And this, again, in 6 months' time, when she's reflecting on this moment, you do not look happy, Chantal. You look miserable. We know you are unhappy. Your attitude, your words, your actions tell us you are unhappy. So in 6 months, when you go back and watch the Q8 footage, you will then tell us, oh, I was unhappy. I was miserable. I was trying to convince myself this relationship was what it was, blah, 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 blah. That's what's going to happen.
But my life is happier, more fulfilling without financial material things. I also am thankful that I now have a partner who's not financially abusive to me, doesn't take advantage of me.
Now, this bit annoyed me. She wasn't being financially abused by Koki. She wasn't in that kind of relationship. He did not have control of their joint money or her money. He was taking advantage of her, but he wasn't financially abusing her. I think she's confused about what financial abuse is, but she was not being financially abused. He was using her, he was demanding money, but he didn't have control of her money. He didn't have control of the flow of it, where it was spent, how it was spent. He didn't have access to her accounts as far as we know. That's not financial abuse. It's just using someone.
And really,
and the only reason I bring that up is because it makes what happened to her lessen the actual victims of physical, domestic, and financial abuse. Like people that are financially abused, by correlating her abuse with what actually happens to someone who is put in that position, I wanted to make a very clear distinction that that's not it. That's not what was happening. That wasn't financial abuse. Just so when a person who really has had that happen to them is not lumped with this one.
Contributes to our life. I mean, I have somebody who has their own business, they earn their own income, and they contribute. And I don't have to worry as much about it, which also really has been helpful for me, trying to get a grip on my own life. I have said some vile things. When I Cuba rage, yes, I was acting very vile.
No. The latest, I've got the little clip, but I'm a bit hesitant to play it because she's on this Islamophobia kick at the moment. There is a clip of her saying, yes, I'm a Muslim and my God hates you too. I think we've all seen that clip. I didn't want to play that here because I don't want it to be twisted into the context that I'm trying to drum up hate against the Muslim community. It's more of an example of something hateful that Chantal has taken to attack someone using her newfound religion, not understanding that that is exactly the opposite of what a Muslim would think or say. Like that is probably literally the most haram thing she's ever said. And it was to hurt people. That she was wearing a hijab when she said that. It was probably less than 2 months ago that she said that. So it's not, Cuba is not the last time you were vile and disgusting and hateful. It was while you were sitting in Kuwait. It's while you're sitting in Cuba in the last couple of months. This is not old news. Your hateful personality is current. It's the present. It was yesterday. It was the day before. It was the week before. It was the month before. It's not 12 months ago when Cuba happened. It's been since Cuba till today. That's when it's all happening. It's not in the past, it's the present.
Explained my reasoning. For a lot of people, that doesn't excuse it, but I'm not going to keep beating myself up over things that I did or said during a time when I was really lost.
Hi, Javella. Hello. Hi, honey. Just want to. Excited. I get excited when I see certain names. I get excited when everybody comes in, but there are certain ones that, my little favorites,
Really emotionally damaged. Just horrible. And I was just...
Chantal, she's still emotionally damaged. She's done nothing to fix it. It's like being a wall that's water damaged and you've got mold and you've got cracks and you've got peeling and the guy comes in and goes, that's foundation. That's really bad. That needs to be ripped out, new beam put in, new wall put in and paint. It needs to be reconstructed. And that's what a therapist would be if we were talking about fixing Chantal. We need a therapist. It's a medication and a plan. But no, what we've done is we've just painted over the mold, we've painted over the water damage. We're just going to leave it and hope for the best. We're just going to hope that the rest of the roof keeps the roof held up. We're just going to slap some paint on it and make the outside look different so we forget that there's water damage underneath. Hence, the reversion and the hijab. It is all aesthetics. It's an aesthetic change. It's not being repaired at all. She's still damaged.
Ugh. But comparing to what others have said, if you look on Twitter,
wait.
You look on
Cowboy Dog, did you hit a milestone? Is it a sub count? What is it? Is it monetization? What is it? Oh, hi Skinny. Hi Sarah. The not plain Sarah Jane. Anola's here. Hi. Tangled Drama, Blondie, M Hobbs, hello. Laundry ASMR. What does laundry ASMR sound like? Is that the sound of folding and like dryer sheets, a tumble, like the dryer going around and around? Those old top loader washing machines, the ones that go boom, 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 those old ones when they got off balance. Who else have we got in here? Necesita, hello. I want to know. Hi, Kimber. Hello. I want to know what Cowboy Dog's milestone was because I missed it. What is it? Oh, yay! Well done. Awesome. It sometimes comes through really, really quickly. So keep an eye out.
I mean, people calling my mother a whore, people infertility shaming me, making fun of my weight. Like
she made fun of her own weight. She would run on the spot and make all her bits clap. She would talk about her tummy. She would wear clothing and talk about her body, go into description about her food, but in a comical, funny way. She's made fun of her own body in that way because she knows she's, looks how she looks and she's got bits that are not conventionally beautiful but are beautiful, in the eyes of the beholder. But she's done that. So how does she not expect the community around it to also get on board with that? And fertility shaming. Who's fertility shaming her? I'm still yet to see it. The fact is Chantal is unable now not to have children. She can't have children. That's not shaming. That's facts. That's just facts. That's like saying to a woman who's had her breast taken off because of a mastectomy because she had breast cancer, oh, she has one breast. Is that shaming her for having one removed? No, it's a fact. She has one breast. Chantal's no longer able to have children because she's had a hysterectomy. That is not fertility shaming. It's a fact. Talking about it like it's her own fault because she ate her way to sickness. That's potentially fertility shaming. Putting the blame on her as a woman for not taking care of her own health and that could fall into that area. But saying it as a fact is not at all shaming her. And I haven't seen hardly anybody talks about it because there are other women in our community who fall into the category of having fertility issues and who potentially can't have them or have got other stuff going on around kids. We try not to talk about it because we're sensitive to it. Unlike Chantal, who's really, mums, you should put your kids to bed and why aren't you with your kids and where are your kids and you're a terrible mom and you're a bully and you're teaching your kids to be bullies and blah, blah, blah. She'll crack off about mums, but we're not supposed to mention at all the fact that she's had a hysterectomy to remove her uterus that was affected with precancerous cells. Okay. And cysts. Okay.
I don't do that on a daily basis compared to what other people do to me. And so I find it very, it's like almost a weird way of projecting.
Hi,
people who like to sit there, use my content, and beat up on me all day long. I don't do that. And
Okay. We don't sit on camera. Every single reactor does not sit on camera 24 hours in a 24-hour cycle talking about Chantal. There is just not enough. We have to eat, we have to pee, we have to poop, we have to shave legs, we have to put on a full beat, we have to go to work, we have to pick up kids, we have to cook, we have to clean. We have other things to do. Maybe 2 or 3 hours, maybe a little bit of editing here and there, maybe some TV, maybe some YouTube, maybe some chats. But we are not sitting streaming about you 24 hours a day. Don't catastrophize it. Don't make it seem more than it is. You're just amplifying a situation to create a story, a picture, a narrative that we're all just like sitting around like, yeah, constantly just thinking about Chantal all the hours of the day. Like we tap each other out. Okay, your turn. Go.
I don't have to do that. And for that, I am so thankful that to the point where I don't even care about my views or my following. Like, I care about my loyal supporters, yes, of course, but beyond that, I'm not here for a popularity contest. To me, this is not a popularity contest. It's not high school. I'm my own person. I'm into
Tangled, are you like me? Are you vision impaired too? Yeah, Tangled. I actually, because I'm vision impaired as well, and the caps help me out. So if you need them, I need them too. Go nuts.
independent. I make my own content, and that's it. I don't know why people like to beat up on me on every little video I do, but that's not my problem anymore. And I realize that that's the difference now, is I realize that I don't have to give a reaction to anything. I don't have to rage. I don't have to be negative. I don't have to partake in that drama. It doesn't mean that
Jennifer, do it. Just have a half a plate of leftovers. Don't have to have the whole plate. Just have some of the plate.
right now I can't give a calm opinion on everything or on certain things, but it's probably also just not worth it, because even these reactors who I'm addressing, nobody knows who they are outside of reacting to me. Honestly, you're still.
And what's wrong with that? We started our channels as Chantal or commentary reaction channels. That's totally fine with me. And then I can just throw in whatever other content I want in there. I don't need to have my life splayed out. She seems to think that there's only one way to be on YouTube, is to be a vlogger, is to be obviously an ASMR vlogging couples channel mukbanger. They're the only ways to be. There is no commentary, there is no reaction, there is, no other way to be. And you've got to make that kind of content to be on YouTube. It's like, no. Some people like to talk and entertain and engage and have fun and in chats without laying their whole life bare.
Sitting there being super hateful and having to use my content to get any views of your own. So coming for Salah and I for using one video, which was free stock footage, to do a video, when you use all of my content every day and the rest of my channel is all original, my original content, doesn't even compare whatsoever. Honestly, I'm not even really worried.
I mean, she did use copyright free content, fair enough. She put some bird sounds over it. She transformed it, kinda. But it's not, I think a lot of people were insulted that she didn't go and film her own. I think the expectation was that she was going to go and find some unique Kuwaiti nature experiences or create the content at home, in a kitchen, in the lounge. I think the expectation was different, and I think people were disappointed. And now she's mad that people didn't like what she produced, because I think she pumped it up, hyped it up to what it was going to be, and it was a big letdown for people. But technically speaking, she didn't really do anything wrong.
About our channels right now, like, I'm putting more effort into my life, improving my life, than I am into my content. And that's just all I can handle right now. That's all I can do. That's just more important to me. Ramadan is more important to me. I just don't.
Ramadan is not going well. It's not going well. Because it's like I do 9 of the 10 things to have a halal Ramadan. But the 10th thing completely wipes everything else out of the way, because then it's halal. It's haram. It just is. So this, what she's doing right now, would be considered haram, right? During Ramadan. Like, I'm just
not in the mood to share a lot of things right now.
No one's asking you to. No one is asking you to. All we want you to do is just not come in here and act like someone's pissed in your tea. That's all. We just want you to one day just wake up on the right side of the bed, come on with a good attitude, be nice, not say one nasty thing, have a good time, and be genuinely happy. That is what people are hoping for. But is it happening? No.
I'm kind of like, putting my head back in my shell for right now, and I just need to do that to protect myself. And just don't ever mistake not reacting as being weak. I hear people say, well, she doesn't fight back, so she's weak.
Who is saying that? Because I wanted to have a conversation with them, because she does nothing but fight back. She's always defending herself. She's always on the offense. She's always raging back. She's always sticking up for herself. She's been sticking up for herself for the last 18 months against Nader, against FFG, against whoever else is attacking her at the time. She's always mad at somebody. How does
No, not fighting back to somebody who's not worth your...
Nobody would ever say that about Foodie, that she's weak for not fighting back. She's weak because she's weak-willed, weak-minded, doesn't have any discipline whatsoever, but she's constantly fighting back. I don't think anybody's ever said that or assumed that about her. Oh my God.
Is the strongest thing you can do in life, because that for me has been the hardest thing I've ever had to do in my life, ever. Hardest.
When did she do it? Because this isn't it. She's not ignoring anything. She's been white knuckling it for the last couple of days. She's been watching everything and she's like, oh my God. She's been holding it in. And she thinks because she's not yelling in this video that it's not a rage. No, rage is intention. Rage is words. And so far, just because she's not spitting vitriol, I bet she's edited all that out. It's still a rage. Like, she's still angry at people. She's still telling people off. She's still letting us know that we're big bags of shit and we don't deserve to be on YouTube doing what we're doing. Just because she's not yelling it at us and calling us names and cussing us out doesn't make it less of a rage. It's just a non-ragey rage.
That and overcoming, obviously, my food issues. Which, by the way, again, very hypocritical of people like Charlie, who started their channel going to show everybody how she could do what Amberlynn and I couldn't do.
But Chantal, see, this is the thing. That was in the past. That's in Charlie's past. So it doesn't count. Remember we wiped the slate clean. The past doesn't count, so you can't bring it up. Just like we can't bring your past up and talk about your past problems and mistakes and rages and vitriol and isms and obias. You can't bring up what Charlie used to do. She started off and she talked about some weight stuff, what she was going to do. Changed tack, did something else. Just as you've done. You've changed tack and you're doing something else. You can't expect us not to talk about your past if you continue to bring everybody else's up as well. Tit for tat, fit for fat.
Here you are, and you're more nasty than ever when you talk about us, and it's really sad. I don't envy your life at all. I don't envy that you have to be a negative person trying to prove yourself as more nasty and badass in this whole community.
Did she not 2 weeks ago or a month ago, I can't even remember, it's the space-time continuum gets all out of whack when it's Chantal. Did she not sit down and do reaction video to FFG, trying to insult, humiliate, Sick burn, FFG. Was she not nasty and disgusting in the way that she was talking during that reaction? You know what I'm saying? You know?
It's just, why? I mean, like, are we not adults or what?
You're
Anyway,
not. I am, but you're not.
You said you were going to delete your channel if you won the weight loss challenge. The challenge never happened, and you never lost the weight. And I really don't care. I don't see anyone as less of a person for how much they weigh.
Yes, you do. Yes, you do. You remind people daily, oh, yeah, bigger than me. They're smaller than me. Like, you do put currency on people's weight and looks and economics and housing and partner status. You put value on all of those things because where's your man? Where's your ring? Where's your luxury villa? Where's your mansion? Where's your 20K a month? Where are your views? Where's your YouTube channel? She does all of these things. She does put value on it because otherwise she wouldn't be comparing people all the time. And she wouldn't have talked about pretty privilege. She would, I'm pretty. I'm pretty. It's just a fact. I'm not being vain. It's just a fact. She does put currency on it.
I don't really care. Like, honestly, it's not like a one up because you're a bit smaller than someone else or you're smaller than someone else. It doesn't make you a better person. It does.
Notice how she says size, not face, because she thinks she is prettier than everybody else. She can't be smaller than everybody else because, you know, the weight. She is the size that she is. But she can always say that she's prettier because in her mind she is prettier than everybody else, which is subjective. The person who looks at you will decide who is the prettier out of the two. Like, you don't get to decide, I'm the prettiest one. I'm the prettiest one. Well, it's like, no, that dude over there might like chicks with no boobs and skinny legs and long black hair. That may be his type. So when he sees that compared to somebody else, she's the prettiest one because that's what I prefer. It's whoever's looking at them.
It doesn't make you a better person at all.
It doesn't make you a better person.
When you leave this world, and not even then, just in life in general, what you do is what's going to matter. So I'm trying to focus all of my time on doing good deeds, trying to better myself, trying to just move on. And I will. And I am moving on. I have moved on for a lot of things. I make peace with myself. So the only thing that matters is how I live my life and how I view myself and how God views me. Like, only God can judge me. I know it's a classic saying, but it's really the truth. Because whenever you're done with this life, who's going to judge you? Charlie Gold? FFG is going to be at the pearly gates? I don't think so. So I've really just learned to accept things the way they are and try to just focus on myself. Doing the gym, it's actually feeling really good being so consistent at something for so long.
For so long. I suppose this is a long time for her, though, to be talking about something. Like, we don't know that she's not doing it. That's the thing. Like, when she was doing all her live streams, we could tell if she was doing something or not. Because she's not recording any of it and showing it to us. We've seen like a couple of videos. We can assume she's been at least twice. And we can assume, maybe just pretend like she's gone every single day. Like, she's made the mission to get to the gym every single day. And that would be a long commitment for her. Maybe not to everyone's standard, but for booty it is. But still, you don't get ass pats for that.
It doesn't seem like so long. I mean, what, it hasn't like maybe not even been a month yet or whatever, but that's a long time for me. I've had a trouble with consistency, which of course people love to, again, hammer that out. People like to highlight my flaws without even looking at their own because they're actors, they're not the subject, right? But that's the irony of it. That's the hypocrisy of it, is that none of these people are any better. Actually,
how does she know we're not any better? Some people are really good at consistency. Some people are really, really good at consistency, and then other people are not so great at consistency, but they're good at they've got other good qualities. But she assumes just because we talk crap about one flaw that she has, and we may harp on that flaw, doesn't mean we're any better or worse. It's not a way to quantify somebody, but she likes them. You're worse than me because everything you say is worse than anything I've ever said. You pick on that behavior, but your behavior is way worse than me, even though she has not enough visual or content from us to decide that. We've seen so much of her when she was doing all her live streams that we have got enough to quantify and predict her behavior. She doesn't have that from us. So when she makes statements like that, that is her projecting, her creating assumptions and creating narratives for each of us.
I've said a lot of worse things and do a lot of worse things. So, I mean, I heard someone say, like, who wants to watch somebody like me, fat or whatever, boring? How am I boring? How am I boring?
How? Okay, guys, how is she boring? Here's your opportunity. Let your creative juices fly. Describe to me how you, as an individual person, think Foodie Beauty is boring and how could she be better? How could she not be boring? Let's put it that way. What would she need to do to not be boring? Me, I would find other things to talk about. I would learn something new. I would teach us something new. I would not talk about Sawa constantly and how good looking we must all think he is. I would use different scenery in my background. I would take feedback and use that to my advantage and improve my content. I wouldn't just repeat, rinse, repeat the same conversation over and over and over again. Okay, what are we saying? Let me read some of these. I was going to say that Ghost, the pearly gates is part of like the Christian construct of heaven, correct? Is the pearly gates part of the Muslim faith? But I think that's probably just a language slip. I mean, it's not like she's really got a good hang of this whole Muslim thing anyway. Good to know. Improve your personality. Maybe have a bit of a sense of humor about yourself. That's how she could be not boring. Stop using fresh for fast food, for takeaway food. Leave it exclusively for fresh food. That's perfect. Put a bit more effort into editing. Exactly. Make it a bit more fun. Creative, colors, transitions, better music. No more crazy low BMI voices. No more.
If you use all of my content every single day, how? That doesn't even make any sense. Like,
Chantal, you're putting out maybe 1 or 2 2-hour live streams a week. Massive book community posts when you're raging. And a couple of 20, maybe 10 to 12-minute vlogs. It's not like you're amassing a huge library of content to review. There's only so much you can do with that amount of content.
These two people in particular are very
actually show Kuwait, like, as much as you can without like intruding on people's privacy. But don't you feel like there is much more of Kuwait that we just have not seen, that we have not been able to take part in? I mean, we can go and look at Google Street View and see Kuwait, but we've got somebody on the inside who's literally living there, who's got the cameras, who's got the microphones, who's got the equipment, apparently got the stamina, the cardio now to get out amongst it. But so far, we've just seen the beach at night time. And when was the last time we saw anything but food? I suppose when we were feeding the cats, that's the last interesting content that was not food related from Foodie or the gym, but whatever.
Like obsessed with my life and obsessed with my, having to react to everything just to make a buck. But there will always be nasty people like this. And when I react to it in a similar way, I'm just as nasty. And I don't like that about myself. I really loathe what drama does to my mental health. For some people, it's just fun. I don't know how. But I would rather spend my time at the gym. I would rather spend my time praying. I would rather spend my time at the mosque. I would rather spend the time watching movies with my husband. I would rather spend the
Then why do you sit just watching content creators all the time who shit talk you? You know what you're going to be getting. You know you're not going to have anyone sitting there going, yay, Chantal, well done, good job. Woohoo, you're a changed lady. You're so improved. Your outlook is so positive and warm. And I can really see you're making some mental gains and some physical gains. I can see that you're improving. But no, she knows all about the Charlie Gold and their 5G fight. She knows she had some inklings about other people, other creators that are doing other stuff. She knows the ins and outs of everything. So unless she's got a whole bunch of bees just sending her files and files and files of exactly the right content, She's sitting back watching everybody instead of praying, instead of focusing on herself, instead of focusing on the gym, instead of focusing on her life and her finances. She's sitting back watching everybody. She's just holding it in. She's holding the rage in.
Time making my own content here and there for you guys. You know, I hear a lot of comments also like, well, if your husband works, why do you have to work?
Where is she hearing these comments? If she's disengaged, who's telling her these comments? Is she reading it in other people's chats? She must be, because her beezers wouldn't be asking those kinds of questions. Why would you need to work if your husband's working? Because she's talked about how he's a baller and he makes good money and blah, 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 the business is successful, yada, yada, yada. And that would be something that somebody you would probably hear in somebody else's chat, not a beezer. A beezer would be blocked for such an accusation. So she is going into other people's chats, listening, viewing, peering over the back fence. Like, what are you doing?
Okay, technically, no, I don't have to, which is why I'm cutting it back, because I'm focusing on myself. Actually, Salah is the one who told me to, you know what, babe, just, if you need a break from live streaming, halas, do it. Like, stop. Enough is enough. Do it. He saw what it was doing to me. He saw that I can't control myself if I'm, like, provoked or triggered. So it's better to just take a step back.
Provoked. Imagine saying that you're provoked by a comment on YouTube at 39 years old. I was provoked. The only time that I've ever been provoked in my life is when somebody's standing in front of me, shouting at me, insulting me, slandering me behind the scenes, like to my face, or a girlfriend or a friend of a friend, like in my presence. That's the only time that I have popped off. It's because it's a reaction. It's an instinct in the moment. She's had time to take a breath, walk away, step away, think about what she's going to say. It's not like she's come immediately online after somebody said something she doesn't like. She's had time to prep herself, to hype herself up, get herself ready, think about the insults, think about the anger, build it up, and then go live. How is one provoked in that situation? That's the most feeble excuse that she has. She likes to bitch people out because she's a narcissist and she thinks, how dare they talk about me? I'm the best and they suck. How dare they, those filthy, ugly bitches, how dare they talk about me in that way? They're gross, they're ugly, they're single, they're overweight too. Who are they to talk about me?
And that's why I'm doing it. I'm not doing it to punish my viewers or my beezers. I know, you know, that's why I'm giving you the option if you need to cancel your membership for the time being. I don't know if I might do some in the future or not, but I'm thinking more of just
how fast do you think they're going to put memberships and work on monetization for that ASMR channel? How long do you think she's going to ask for memberships? Because that's what she likes to do. She likes to set up revenue streams where people are paying for multiple platforms. Because we had Patreon, we had Twitch, we had the Beezer show, we had Chantal's channel, now we've got the ASMR. All of these had some way to be subscribed or a membership, an ongoing payment system. So what she does is she gets people to subscribe, encourages them to keep subscribing, use up your free subscriptions if you got them, yada, yada. And then puts out bare minimum content and be like, well, I create all this content for you and you don't like it. Well, shut up. It's creative. I'm making great content. I'm a content creator. Just enjoy what I put out. If you don't like it, leave. So she's got like the same 50 people paying 4 different subscriptions. That's how she makes money. And the ASMRs apparently don't make a lot unless you have high views.
Enjoying doing is actual vlogs, like for a couples channel. That's my favorite. And we have a lot of the ASMR channel planned content. We're probably going to do a lot of walking through the different markets and things like that. Of course, Stella will hold the camera because I wobble too much, but it'll be really good exercise at the same time. It's content
and she is reading everything on Twitter because apparently it's a cesspool. How do you know what we're saying about you on Twitter if you're not going on there and looking? You don't participate, but you know that we're making funnies, we have memes, we have whole conversations, everybody joins in, discussing, breaking down, sending out videos. How do you know it's a cesspool if you don't look at it? You'd be like, oh, you guys are on Twitter? I didn't even know. I hardly ever go there. That would have been that's the lie you should have tried to tell Chantal. Oh, you guys are there without me? How could you be going to Twitter without me? I'm the star of Girl World.
I mean,
Right?
there's so many picturesque things here to do. Beaches, and there's also a lot of just markets and stuff that people would find interesting. People like watching walking and driving videos. I've seen some channels with hundreds of thousands, if not millions of people in this. I think I watch a guy, his name is Charlie Boy. He just drives around, like in his car. He doesn't even edit, he just drives, you know, and people love watching it. I like watching that kind of content. So I figure if I like watching it, then there must be other people who like watching it as well.
Chantal, you also think Sala is really hot. So your judgment and your taste on things is not, you're not a trend setter. You're a follower. And then you're a duper. That's what you are. You like to dupe things. But your dupe is like a Gucci handbag, a fake Gucci handbag. The actual Gucci handbag, beautiful, stunning, exquisite, high quality, details. It's going to last forever. It's an investment. Your knockoff, falling apart, buckle breaks, the color's not right, warps when it gets wet, has a weird plasticky smell. You are the lower quality dupe. Looks similar, but when you look real close, you can tell it's not Gucci.
Thing, and Salah told me not to address this, but our Relax Area channel used to.
She's disobeying her husband. That's haram. Haram. You must follow the lead of your husband. If he tells you not to do it, you shouldn't do it.
Salah's channel. Like during COVID, he made a channel. He made an ASMR channel, and you know, he saw all the people commenting negatively, and he wanted to use that channel to comment positive things about us.
This does not hold water, because they were writing the comments like they were leaving them for Chantal and Sala to read, and then they were answering them that like they were another person. It wasn't comments from Sala to Chantal. It was like, oh, I'm a completely anonymous subscriber and I just want to support the channel. Here you go, guys. Here's some positivity. No. That wasn't Sala leaving comments to encourage you both. That was you trying to leave some positivity so your channel looked a certain way. It was window dressing.
Comment positive things about our channel, about us as a couple, whatever, positive comments. People use stock accounts and troll accounts to tell me to kill myself. They do it to body.
I would love for her to post those screenshots and have the people that are saying those comments banned, blocked, reported, kicked off platforms. She has the power to do that with those screenshots. I would hope that there aren't people sending her messages like that. I really do, because that's disgusting. And I think if they're going to send them to someone like Chantal, they may be sending those same messages to other people, because that's a certain type of person that's on Twitter and whatever. But I would hope that she's taking care of those comments in the appropriate manner. I have the feeling that perhaps, again, has been catastrophized. It might have happened 6 years ago, 7 years ago, 3 years ago, not recently. But I would like to see screenshots of those comments, because I've never seen anybody say that in my chats. I've never seen anybody say that in Pulpy's chats, Hannibal's chats, Erie's chats, MCM's chats, Rose's chats. I've not seen that commentary anywhere. I've not seen it on Twitter. I've not seen it on TikTok. I don't know where those comments are going. Are they going directly to her emails? Where are they going? How are they being those comments being delivered? Because I would want to see those.
Shame to bash me. I mean, so how is it a bad thing to use another one of your channels to comment good things about somebody you love? You know, to try to.
No, you were trying to make it seem like you had people that thought you guys were great. Beautiful, perfect couple, the perfect couple. Love this content. You were writing it as a completely anonymous person. It was a lie. It was fake. It was a fakeness. You are trying to build a rhetoric and a narrative, and that's why people are calling it bullshit, because it's not genuine. It's not real. You were lying.
Encourage positive comments, like to offset the balance. I don't see how that's a bad thing. I actually think that's an actual really sweet thing for him to do, and just shows that he really cares. And
No, Chantal, it's sad. It's fucking sad that you have to generate your own positive content, your own positive comments on your own channels, because it doesn't encourage that from the audience. The audience that's watching you does not like you, does not like it. And people hate watch you. She has people that hate watch her. It's sad that your personalities don't organically generate positivity and positive comments on your channel. It's kind of like a big flashing neon sign, and it's saying, you suck. You both suck. It's flashing. Want you to read the sign and maybe take the detour, and you can both sit down, have a bit of a chitty chat, and look at making some genuinely positive, good quality content instead of this bullshit bare minimum crap. You've got all the equipment, you've got all the time in the world. The thing that you're lacking is the education and the motivation and the genuine desire to create something good. You just want money, quick buck, whatever brings in the quick dollar.
I don't know. I just think, some people might think it's cringy. That's fine. But I think that most people have stock accounts, and so that they can be anonymous and say what they want. The thing is even if you're anonymous, just because you're anonymous and nobody knows it's you saying it, you still know it's you saying it. God still knows it's you saying it. And it doesn't mean that you're going to escape the karma that comes with.
She's not allowed to believe in karma because karma is haram. You're not supposed to, that's a no-no because it's a different belief system. It comes from a different, it's Buddhism, Chantal.
Being so mild towards people. If I'm going to be held accountable, as everyone likes to hold me accountable for what I say, you can guarantee that you're going to be held the same accountability. I will say, I see people holding, Charlie.
We do. We are held accountable, though. Where most of us as adults, we hold ourselves accountable. So when we say something fucked up, we'll come back and we'll apologize. We'll correct the language. We'll say, I was stupid. I was wrong. My mistake. I will do better. And then when we do better for a long time, people start to believe us because we've done what we said we're going to do. It's called integrity. It's called discipline. It's insight. It's personal insight. I made a mistake. Let me correct it. That's personal accountability. And then there's the wider community that will sit down and go, you can't say that. You shouldn't say that. What a bitch. What an idiot. That's not good behavior. But the difference is that we don't curate and block the people who are going to give us that accountability and that feedback. We don't have a hug box who's going to nurse our every injured feeling and tell us it's okay to call people little black bees and talk about, Dee Dee's nether regions and SA and DV victims and blame them and say how it's okay to be choked out. And we get held accountable when we talk like that. So do you. But we know better. We know better not to talk like that because we know it's not okay because we've been held accountable.
The new hero for going against FFG. The thing is that she's not any better. She's not any better because if you look at her career history on YouTube, it's been just as vile towards Amberlynn and I.
It's not a career. She has another job. That's like saying a part-time job is your career. Your packing shelves is your career. This is a hobby for most of it. It's not it's a career for you, unfortunately, but for most of us, it's not. Shut up.
It's been nothing but being ableist, making fun of the fact that Amberlynn couldn't walk up a curb. I've basically, in other words, heard her say that I don't care if I ate myself to this way, I deserve to be made fun of. That just really, wow. It's like it's okay to bash on fat people because they had issues with food, and I mean that's the most self-loathing.
Most of us have issues with food. You don't have to be fat to have issues with food. Some of us are struggling. Some of us are underweight. Some of us are overweight. Some of us binge. Some of us have got a hold of their health and are using mechanisms to cope. It's not, food issues do not just center around people that are overweight. There are regular weight people that struggle with food issues as well. So that's you being quite ableist there. And then there are people with mental health issues that have, like they're intertwined. But no, it's all just about weight and the fact that you're fat. That's why we all pick on you. It's got nothing to do with the things you say and do. Absolutely nothing. It's all because you carry too much physical fat on your bones and under your skin. That is the entire reason we have a problem with you. It's literally the excess weight on your frame.
Statement I've ever heard anyone make, and I feel bad that you feel that way about yourself. Have some self-compassion, man. Like, really, I can't fathom ever thinking that way about myself, but it makes sense that somebody who bashes other fat women for a living would have that sentiments toward themselves, because that's exactly what projecting is. You feel
it is you aren't the queen of beesing. You are the queen of projection. That's why you call people ugly all the time, because you believe you are ugly. That's why you tell people who have an opinion who may be a little bit overweight is that their opinion doesn't matter because they're overweight, because you don't believe your opinion. You don't feel important because you're overweight, because you're often overlooked. You're overlooked by men. You're overlooked by your parents. You're overlooked by other women because not because of your weight, but because of your personality. But you put it down to jealousy. You put it down like, they're not pretty like me. But you know that physically you're not conventionally beautiful. And that's why you hate other women, because they're either the same as you and people treat them well, or they are thinner than you and you believe they are treated better because they are thinner than you. You put that value, you project your own image problems onto everybody else who may not have those problems or have those same opinions of themselves at all. You're the queen of projection. Ready, set, project.
a certain way about yourself, and you project that onto other people. As for former Beezer, Missy Moo, I don't really want to give her much attention, because that's exactly what she wants right now.
No, she doesn't want to give Missy Moo too much attention because she doesn't want to poke the bear, because Missy Moo's probably got some tea. She's probably got some DMs that are probably going to be quite damaging, and she doesn't want to stir Missy Moo up too badly. Because we know Missy Moo was, her little henchwoman. She went out and she doxed people. She made videos. She did the things. And everybody knows. Everybody knows. And there's, no matter how much Missy Moo says that she didn't do it, the evidence is there. It is what it is. And she was doing it either to impress Chantal or with the persuasion and the permission of Chantal. That's what we don't know. We don't know how much encouragement was there, or if Chantal even knew what Missy Moo's plan was. But whatever was, there was impetus there to create slanderous videos to take Chantal's critics down. And Missy Moo took it upon herself to create said content and put it out there onto the YouTube and doxed people. It is what it is.
To say that you bullied people for me is a total lack of taking any adult responsibility for your own actions and what you say. I never asked you to white knight for me. I never ask any Beezers to do any of that. I don't tell people to attack other people.
Yeah, you did. You told them to go harass Dee Dee's mother. You gave Nada FFG's phone number by doxing him publicly. What else has she done? What else has she done, guys, to attack people? She she tried to get Perfectly Imperfect fired by calling her job. That's harassing. She put her name out there. She put the name of the school out there. That is giving information so people can harass the school or the phone numbers and to call. And she has done all that. Like, she has encouraged people to harass people en masse. That's just it.
People. I don't tell people to come to my defense. I don't need it. I don't need people to come to my defense for me. I'm fine. But I never, ever asked you ever to do any of these things for me. You actually look very ridiculous.
Dee Dee's mum's nursing home?
Sit there and completely 180.
Dee Dee's job. Didi's crap. She's crap. But imagine if Didi was a nice person and Chantal hated her. She encouraged people to call her work, send emails, report, and she slandered her all over the YouTubes.
And contradict everything you've said and done for years. Lies included. Again, sadly using Cuba Rage, which happened. How long are people going to hold that over my head, being drunk and saying vile things?
For as long as you are on YouTube, the Cuba Rage and the Pump Up Kicks will always be brought up. And then we've got all the new stuff from Kuwait. I'm a Muslim and my God hates you too. That's my new favorite. The reaction on FFG, we've got some new hits. It's not just old classic hits, retro hits. She's got some new bangers as well. So as long as you keep talking and words are coming out of your mouth, you will always be problematic. Don't worry, you'll give us new stuff to talk about always. As long as you're talking and there's words, your bangers she can't have enough.
What's the excuse of some of these reactors who are sober and say really vile things? You don't believe me? Go to Twitter. Apparently it's a cesspool over there. I haven't had a Twitter. I've had a Twitter for maybe.
She was sober when she made the Muslim comment. She was sober when she was talking about the little black bees. She was sober a lot of the time when she was talking about DD stuff. She's raged sober in Canada and she's raged sober in Kuwait. So sobriety is not an excuse, Chantal.
5 minutes and I was like, nope, I don't ever see this stuff, and honestly it's really helps my mental health. I don't have to see it, so I mean, why would I have a Twitter? It's funny that you're so anti Chantal now and you're supporting somebody who bullies other people online every single day.
She was supporting you and you bully people, so she's just switched bullies, in your opinion.
I don't know. You can all sit there on your high horse thinking I'll never change. I've proven you wrong with so many things that you never thought I could do. People underestimate me a lot. And again, silence is not weakness. Silence is golden. Silence is a sign of self-restraint, of maturity. And why would I give my attention and fight back with people who are not worth it? Why? It's just a perpetual game of drama over drama over drama. Someone else is the flavor of the week. And it's just so high school. It's just so beneath me at this point. And it's beneath everything I'm trying to do to improve myself. I just can't, because people rely on these reactions to do their own reactions, and if I don't, they ruminate over old things I used to do. The level of obsession with my life is weird.
No, Chantal, they were just the peaks. We've got highs and we've got lows. Cuba Rage, Pumped Up Kicks. The new one is the BBJ disclosure, knowing, having the abuse and the neglect confirmed. We've got 3 markers there of how, and paper clips before that. There are certain iconic moments, and you're just creating new ones in this Kuwait arc. So it's not old behaviors, it's current behaviors too. The fact that you can't see a pattern of behavior is a failure on your behalf to go and get assistance from a therapist or a counselor to help you understand those patterns and point them out to you, perhaps, because there's no way at this stage in your life that you can be this blind to your own behavior. You need professional help to open your eyes, because imagine having this little insight into the machinations of who you are as a person. Can you imagine being this level of unaware?
On all fronts. Charlie is no better than FFG in that way, at all. Because she's still probably live right now talking about me. There's probably somebody live right now talking about me in a hypocritical way, and it's just weird.
Nope, I went to therapy.
I've also realized people don't want you to defend yourself. They want somebody to be the target of their constant abuse, and now they have this whole I'm an animal abuser thing to justify their actions further. So I
justify my actions.
I'm always going to be.
I justify the things I say. I am commenting and reacting to the content that she's putting out. These are my personal thoughts and opinions. They're my opinions. That's how I justify it. I can sit at home and have these same thoughts and talk to myself and look like a nutter, or I can kick on my computer, talk into the mic, and share those ideas with another person who may have a different opinion or a similar opinion or somewhere in the middle. That's how I explain what I'm doing.
Targeted, and that's fine. If you want me to be your beating post, go for it. Again, that's all on you. It has nothing to do with me. What people say and how people treat me is none of my business. So I'm in another country. We're gonna have a lot more content.
What does being in another country have anything to do with any of this? Your issues would be if you're in Greenland, Iceland, Russia, China, Korea, Japan, Australia, New Zealand, wherever, you remain the same. Being in another country changes nothing.
On the couples channel,
And
we
it's
have
a
done a lot of
whipping
things in
post,
Kuwait so
not a
far.
beating post.
But there are a lot of other things to do, and it's Ramadan, so we are actually not going to travel till after Ramadan. Things are just way too expensive and way too crowded, and it's just harder when you're fasting and you're supposed to just be reflective and pray and spend time with friends and family. So
you actually get a reprieve if you're traveling during Ramadan. You just have to make up those days after you traveled. So
again, lesson here is running your mouth, how good of insults you how good you can slam somebody, how good you can insult them.
She did that. That's why she did the reaction to FFG, because she wanted to burn FFG. She wanted to insult a reaction channel, and that was the one that she chose on the day because that's her biggest burr, thorn in her side is FFG. So that's the person that she decided to sit down in front of her computer and insult, call names, call out, be nasty, be vile, be disgusting too.
Doesn't mean anything in the grand scheme of things. It's so easy to tear someone down. It's so easy to insult them. That's lazy content. You call my content lazy, it's even lazier to just sit there and pick apart somebody and dog walk them, whatever. I mean,
Chantal,
me being the bigger person in this
Chantal, no one could dog walk you because you don't walk. We sit you down and we give you a talking to because sitting down is what you do. Nobody's dog walking you. No. But you have got the nice new sketches, so that's good. At least you're ready.
Stronger person is being silent and living your life. The best revenge is living a good life. And your idea of what a good life is, sitting in a room raging over somebody's content that you hate all day and plotting against them, if that's how you want to live your life.
No, Chantal, it's not rage if you talk low and slow. I haven't seen anybody rage. We get frustrated, but no one's really raging. We don't do a monologue of rage. We don't do a soliloquy of rage. We read, we talk, we're back and forth. You sit in front of the camera and just like, you suck, you're hypocrite, this is mean, you're a bully, don't talk about fat chicks, don't body shame, don't fertility shame, don't talk about my husband, don't talk about religion. I'm not boring.
Totally fine. That's your idea. I can't dog you for that. Me, my life, I like it here. We like our apartment, we like our life, I love being in Kuwait more than Canada. So I mean, I'm allowed to live my life how I want to, and you don't have to believe that. That's fine. You're whatever.
We don't worry, we don't.
Yeah, so that's about it. I've said a mouthful. I didn't think the video would be this long, but I just wanted to get those things off of my chest.
She's not eating. I've just realized we've had this whole conversation with no food. So good.
Because again, it's still the same issue, and it always will be. Foodie Beauty is boring, Chantal's boring, her content's boring, but people watch my every single move.
No, they're watching us watching your moves. They're not watching you, they're watching us watching you. They want to see what we've got to say about what you're doing. If they wanted to see you, they'd go to your channel and they'd sit through your content all by itself with no commentary, nobody's reacting, nobody else's face to look at, to make it more interesting, because it's interesting enough on its own. if we weren't here, people would go and look at some other train wreck somewhere else, or they'd learn how to cook something, build something, make something, sew something. They're going to do something else, but you've caught their attention. And the only way to palate you is through a reaction channel, because your content is boring by itself. You're like a cracker with no spread. We're the spread.
They watch every single thing I do. And you know what? I'm grateful for that. Thank you for paying attention to my life, I guess. So anyway, we will see you in the next video. We have a lot of interesting things planned. Again, for the ASMR channel, we plan on doing a lot of beach ASMR. Not just ASMR videos, but also relaxation videos on like driving.
But nothing says relax like foodie. Chantal, when I think relaxation, I think Chantal. I think of deep breathing, because she's always a heavy breather. I think of being still, because we're always sitting down. I think of calmness, because she's so boring. Sleeping, because Salah's always taking a nap when she's around. Like, I mean, nothing says relaxation like Chantal and Salah.
Walking around Kuwait, stuff like that. So, and being at the gym has improved my stamina a lot too. So I'm thankful for that. Alhamdulillah. I really just try to keep focused on why I'm here on this planet. I'm not here to please myself. This is something that I've lived my whole life doing.
She just sat there and told us that all she's going to focus on now was her life and herself and working on herself and improving herself. That is self-focus.
It's just pleasing myself with everything, you know, and it's a very self-absorbed lifestyle. Whenever you realize that things you need in life to please God are not material things.
I love it when she tries to give us advice on how we should philosophically live our life. This one, who is literally the biggest failure of a human being in every capacity, is telling us how we should conduct our lives, how our mentality is not the right way of thinking, because our successful jobs, lives, partnerships, relationships are just worthless. None of the successes we've had in life are genuine and real. We got to take advice from this one to have a successful life, when she owns nothing, has nothing but debt. Her relationship is very sus. Her home is bearable. It's got a roof and it's got some walls. Like, she's like the anti-success. Like, she's the what's that guy's name? Mark Zuckerberg. Like, she's the opposite. She's created nothing, and she's got no wealth. She's got no reputation. She's got no anything. But she's telling us that how to live our life. Okay, all right, foods.
You don't worry about things like views. You don't worry about things like how much money you're earning. If we have enough money to earn, to live and to travel and to start a family and to, you know, do things.
When she says family, I still believe that it just means lots of hamsters, because that's all my brain is allowing me to register. It just means more hamsters.
Outings and stuff like that in the meantime. Take our, you know, family and friends to dinner. I'm totally happy. I'm totally happy with that. Alhamdulillah. Like, how can I not be grateful? Being grateful is the key to happiness. You know, like, we have a small apartment, but we chose this place to live. And
yeah, exactly. You chose that place. You walked inside and you looked around and you went, yep, I choose this. I will give someone money to allow me to live in this place. I will give my money, ill-gained YouTube money, to a person to allow me to live in this space. That's the disconnect for me, is that you're choosing that place. When you've got enough money, according to you two, to live wherever you'd like, within reason. But that's the place you're choosing. That is low income, dilapidated housing. You're living there because you're broke and you can't afford much. That's the facts of it.
And we have a roof over our head. I mean, how can I not be grateful for that? How can I not be grateful for everything I have in my life? You know, everyone should be grateful. When you're grateful for what you have, it's hard to be miserable and focus on what you don't. You know, so these are just like less
Wait. We got to go back.
You know, like, we have a small apartment, but we chose this place to live, and we have a roof over our head. I mean, how can I not be grateful for that? How can I not be grateful for everything I have in my life? You know, everyone should be grateful. When you're grateful for what you have, it's hard to be miserable and focus on what you don't.
It is hard, but clearly not impossible. Perfect. She's like the literal example of misery. She's that angry auntie that comes to every birthday party and nobody knows why she's pissed off. She's been pissed off since 1984 and she's just continued and to this day, but nobody knows why. No one can remember why she's angry. She's just angry.
You know, so these are just like lessons I'm learning that are really, really helping with my everyday life, with my life. And I know it will be helpful for my future.
Tell me the lesson. What's the lesson? Break it down for me, Food. What's the lesson? To be grateful. What are you grateful for? Are you grateful that you can put in bare minimum effort and people still give you money? Are you grateful that there's a man who's willing to say, she's my wife? Wouldn't you be more grateful for a man that actually loves you deeply and actually feels like you are the best thing since sliced bread, instead of somebody who's doing it to gain something else? Like, I don't think she understands. I don't think she knows how to be grateful, because somebody who is grateful doesn't behave the way she does. There's a different light inside their body. There's a different energy that they give out. And this, I can't frame it up. There we go. This here is not grateful. That's not what grateful looks like. When Oprah created gratitude journals, this was not what she meant.
Sure. I feel like my past was so messy for a reason. It makes me appreciate a better future for myself.
It was messy because you're a messy person. That's why your past was messy. You're fucked up and you continue to be fucked up. So your past was fucked up and your present's going to be fucked up. Until you're no longer fucked up, it's just going to be fucked.
I've had to learn a lot of lessons that on my own through a lot of these hardships and a lot of these bad things I went through, you know. So again, continue to think of me what you want. Ruminate over my leftovers of my past.
Well, thanks for the permission to have my own thoughts. I appreciate that. Thank you. I was so worried that you were going to disapprove of my thoughts, but since you've given me permission, I feel a lot better. Thanks, Foodie.
What you have to do to keep any hate towards me going. It's not my problem anymore. The only thing I'm focused on is my relationship with God, my husband, my family, Howie. And
if you were focused on just those things, you wouldn't be sitting here making a recorded, edited video telling us we all suck and how we all need to change our lives and think about God, and we're just shamers. If you were just focusing on that, you wouldn't have anything to say, and you wouldn't know about any of the stuff that's going on Twitter or on YouTube's between any of the creators. You wouldn't know any of it if that's what you were focusing on. You would be ignorant to it all.
Just trying to become a better person, man. That's it, you know. So that's all, I guess.
I am totally relieved.
I mean, I don't hurt anyone. I really just come on and do my own content.
She hurts a lot of people. She hurts people with the things she says. I'm like, Skinny's in the chat. I mean, she said some pretty awful things about Skinny, and I'm sure, like, Skinny's a strong lady, but I'm sure some of the things that she said has hurt her feelings. She doesn't think that hurts people. If she gets hurt when people talk about her body and her marriage and her living conditions, her feelings are clearly hurt by the things that we say. Does she not think that the words that she's put out there has hurt people on the receiving end of it? You don't think that she's hurt people's feelings when she's called them crazy, her beezers crazy, blocked, you need to take your meds? She doesn't think those sorts of things hurts people's feelings. She doesn't know what their triggers are. She doesn't know what provokes them or sets them off or upsets them. She only focuses on what upsets her or what disturbs her or what triggers her or what's mean to her. She doesn't care that what she puts out may hurt other people. She does hurt people. And that's why people don't like her, because she's hurtful.
content, and just don't really target anybody on a daily basis. Like some people, you know, I don't do that. So that over there, I mean, that right there,
She's jealous of Skinny's hair, I believe, and the fact that people like Skinny and people enjoy her chats and they give positivity to Skinny. That's what she doesn't like. Chantal had Skinny as a friend and she was not nice to her and she freaked out on her and she lost a good person in her life. Like a person that was a positive, a friendly ear, somebody who would support her. She lost that. She pushed a lot of really good people that could have been a good influence her away with her terrible behavior. But I think she's mostly jealous of Sarah's beautiful long blonde hair.
I see that as a win in my book for sure. So anyways, thanks for listening to what I had to say, and that's it. I'm out. Bye.
Bye.
Hi guys.
Bye. Bye. Okay. See you later. So yeah, so that was her non-rage rage. Wasn't it lovely? Like she didn't yell, she didn't carry on, but the vibe, the tone, it's the same shit, different smell. You know? Hi, Popper Lives. Hello. See you in the chat. No, and she still doesn't get why she's unpopular. She doesn't get why people go to reaction channels. She's literally she knows, but she's pretending like she doesn't know. Yeah. So let me just catch up on this, see what we have to say. Yeah, what about Pete, the person that she couldn't do without, the most important, essential person in her life? Completely replaceable by Tall Pete's, by the Sasquatch. She threw him away quite easily, didn't she? She was literally just using him as a buffer until somebody better came along. But she couldn't do without Pete. Now she's got Salah fetching her food for her, so that's wonderful. She doesn't have anything right now. Her family's not close, physically close. We don't know what's going on behind the scenes with the dynamic that's happening with her family, with the move to Kuwait, her new faith, her, like, I don't know what her family is thinking. Are they thinking, it's just a phase, you know, this is just what Chantal does? Well, you know, and they're just waiting for everything, for that phone call from Kuwait to say, oh, Mum, I need some money. Can't we get out of here? I need to get on a plane. Or they're just waiting for her to get sick of all of it and come back. Like, this may be just par for the course for them. Where for us, it's like, oh my God, this is so weird. But they've been dealing with her for 39 years. Her mum's been dealing with her for 39 years. She's probably just like, yeah, it's just a phase. Like the veganism, the lesbianism, the coke, the meth, all that stuff. It was all just a phase. Yeah, wouldn't it be great? But I doubt it. If Pete's just turned around, got some help, turned out amazing, got married and had some kids. That would really annoy her. She wouldn't be able to even be happy for him, I don't think. She'd be jealous. She'd be like trying to split him up with his new partner. You know what she's like. Everything she touches turns to shit. So let me have a quickie look here. Let's see if she's not really doing community posts and stuff at the minute. Let's just have a look. Let's just have a little review. Guys, you should be excited because you know what Just Saying's doing at the moment? She's going through the vault. And she said earlier today she's got some gems that she's pulling out. She's collating them, putting them into some clips, but we're going to see some good old stuff from Chantal because she needs a reminding every now and again of how nasty she's been and why people don't want to enjoy her content straight from her channel. Do you want to watch the ASMR? Do we want to watch that together? I mean, I'll do it for you guys if you really need to see it. But, you know, like, don't wanna. Oh, that's noisy. What is that? Oh, that's an old one. No. She's still hiding under the Chantal Like, I think that's the funniest thing, that she thinks that people on TikTok aren't going to find her. Yeah. Do you want to do the role play? No. Okay. All right. We won't. Hey, I am a kind and generous overlord. I was actually in IKEA today watching a reaction channel, listening to a reaction channel, reacting to it. And I'm not sure, but what was that meant to be like the whispering part of it? Like made up language, like was that meant to be the whispering? Because I've never heard that in ASMR. I don't actually get the tingles. Does anybody in here get the tingles from it? Because I don't get any reaction from ASMR. I find some of it really annoying. I don't find it satisfying or engaging. I find driving sounds quite comforting. I really like listening to, like, when people are driving in cars and stuff, but I don't like, it doesn't give me the head tingles or the shivers in the spine or anything like that. I actually watched a couple of ASMR videos this afternoon, and I found it weird. Like, I one of the most viewed ASMR videos was literally just a lady like, so I'm going to walk over here now and tap on the table. That was literally all it was. And I'm just like, what? And you could hear the clicking of all the sounds in her mouth. And she was doing weird things with her hands. And I'm like, what is this? But obviously, what she does stuff to people, but not for me. Yeah, it was the and the script. The script was pretty awesome. It was a real insight into the machinations of her mind, because even in her story, unless she was trying to be funny and ironical, it's like, no, Chantal, he doesn't want you because everybody wants me. No, sir, I don't come with the meal. Just jokes. She told it twice. It's like, no, it wasn't funny the first time nor the second time. Like, she can't even leave that rhetoric out of a script that she wrote herself. Like, just no. Like, oh, it was a very strange skit too, wasn't it? Did anybody like it? Let's assume that there's at least one person. If they did, was there anybody who likes ASMR who got the tingles from Foodie's video? Did they enjoy it? Would they like her to make more like that? Let me know, because I didn't get it and I didn't get the tingles. No, nobody wants to. Oh, yeah, we're not watching it. Nobody wants to watch it, apparently, so we're not doing it. Yeah. No. Hi, Tina. Hi. Hi. Oh, I'm sure I saw. Who did I see? Hated it. Okay. I don't think anybody liked. Do you think that's why she came on? Because she was mad that nobody liked the ASMR? It's not so much that it was like copyright free and it was lazy. It's just it wasn't particularly good, the script that she wrote. Like, where did she get the inspiration from that from? Was it from, I think it was, what's that lady's name? Trisha? Because Trisha did a McDonald's thing, didn't she? And that's why Chantal's ripped that idea off and done the burger thing. Do you think? I mean, what is it? What's the word? You know that saying, imitation is the best form of flattery, or something like that? Yeah. All right. So, palate cleanser. First person to throw up an idea wins. What do you want as a palate cleanser tonight, guys? George Glass of the drive-through. Yes. Yeah. And potential, and she was potential. Maybe Nada was the head chef because she was worried that the food might make them sick. They were not liable. Sincerest form of flattery. That's correct. Farting wombats. Now, if I can find a farting wombat, that will be amazing. I'm going to search it up, and we may or may not watch it, but let's just see if that even exists, Ramalama. Okay. There is such a thing as farting wombats. Who wants to see it? Because I mean, it exists, therefore we should watch it. What do you reckon? Who's it by? Oh, we're not watching it. It's on the BBC. You know what they're like. Oh my god. Who's that one from? That one is from Wild. Okay, so that one might be all right. How long is it? 32 seconds. All right, you ready? Go. Let me put it up on the screen. Just got to pause it. Get rid of you. We don't need to see her face.
This is going to be just a quick.
Oh, go away. There we go. There we go. There. Okay. Share screen. Okay. Okay. Oh, okay. There's a voiceover, so it might be funny. Let's see. Let me know if you can hear it.
Man, I got this on camera.
That's a very loose sounding fart. Maybe they had a little pain in the belly. Okay, next suggestion. That was just for you, Drama Llama. Goat, turquoise, wet white horns. Oh, okay. Hi, Doc. Hi, Doc Martins. Hi, Michelle. Hello, Michelle. Michelle, hello. Yeah, that was loose. All right, let's talk about 2 words and see what we can find. What about something with goats? Dancing. Let's try a dancing goat. See what we can find. Oh, Dancing Goat is a brand of coffee. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Look. Don't want that. Okay. Let's get it. Look at that little black goat. Oh shit. Oh, look at his ears. That's cute. That's very cute. All right. Oh, 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 that's slow. Dancing grannies. Dancing grannies. Ooh. Now, are these the ladies that the thing happened to and some of them are no longer here with us? Is this the dancing grannies? Because would it be disrespectful to play a video of theirs? Do you think? Oh, I just don't want to play it if it's in bad taste. I don't know. Oh, what's going on here? I don't know. What do you want to do? What do you want to watch? Looking at the time. Oh, it's all right. What's the time for me now? Oh, it's early. Positively early. All right. Okay. So, predictions. Predictions. When do you think she's going to come back with a full scale, proper Chantal old school rager? When do you think it's going to happen? Is it going to be a matter of days, or do you think she's going to hold out a little bit longer and white knuckle it, and she's going to hold it all in and just have a really impressive one at the end of Ramadan? What do you think? Because I honestly think all of this is just being held like she's a pressure cooker. It's just all under the lid of Ramadan right now. Like she can't be acting up at this holiest of holy times of the year. Why? What's going on? My chat's broken here. Peter Wilson. Hi, Peter Wilson. You are cool and you're being respectful. Well, I appreciate that. Fully appreciate that. All right. Well, I think that's it. When Sally, you think, yeah, because that seems to be a bit of a catalyst. That seems to be something that triggers her, is when they have a fight and she needs to like push his button, because I think he probably hates it going on in rages. So it's like, well, if you upset me and if you make me mad enough, I'm going to go on the YouTube and I'm going to embarrass you and I'm going to talk about it and I'm going to yell and you can't stop me and blah, 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 blah. And I'm just going to quit. And, she puts on a performance, she throws a tantrum and he's like, oh my God, here we go again. Like he's almost like a caretaker. Like he's just got to, walk on eggshells and keep her even tempered and keep her all fed up and, you're a cutie and, oh, that pinch cheeking drives me crazy. And that's the good thing. That was the other thing, is that we see less and less of Salah with these edited videos, which is perfection, because his goofy ass face is not one that I like to see on the daily. Oh, while we're here, guys, let's have a quick look. I want to just make sure that everybody's seen. Somebody did the most amazing job at editing Salah. Here it is. There I am. Let's go here. Let's go here. Let me see if I can bring it up. Oh, there it is. Let's have a quick gander at this guy. Oh, we need full screen for this. We need full screen. Dudes. The difference some facial hair makes. Hi, Vive. Hi, how are you? I mean, just like, wow. He looks so different, but exactly the same in every way. But this is why he has the beard. This is why he has the beard, because holy balls. Like he's average, and then he's like, I don't know what it is. Is it the scary eyes? Is it the mush mouth? Like, it's just, maybe it's just the expression on his face that just makes this look a bit creep vibes. But yeah, it's not good. It's not good. It's not helping Foodie's case out when she tries to force it upon us that he's a 10 out of 10. This is not a 10 out of 10. This guy here is not a 10 out of 10. Not in my eyes anyway. He wouldn't even get a glimpse. I was walking down the road. I'm going down South Bank and I'm on my way to get myself an ice cream from the ice cream place, and this dude walked past me, wouldn't even blip. A 10 out of 10 makes you blip. This is not a blip. He is not a blipper. I am not a blippy. No, that's not it for me. But you know what? We don't have to think he's cute. Chantal's the only one who has to think he's cute. And if she thinks he's the bee's knees, then perfect. Perfect, perfect, perfect. You can have him. Thank you for taking him off the market so we do not have to deal with his Jim Carrey impersonations, his ridiculous jokes, him telling people to go off themselves, his ridiculous broccoli hair. No other woman on the planet has to deal with it. So thank you, Chantal. You are a hero. Thanks for taking one for the team. Thanks. Where did I steal it from? I didn't steal it. It was off Twitter. Who did it? I can probably find out, but magic. Absolute magic. It's probably one of these AI programs, that just like filters it down. But I did get it from Twitter somewhere. I should have written their name down, right? Maybe I'll go back and find it. I'll put it on my description so that they get the credit. I should have done that. Didn't think about it. Dummy, because I'm a dummy. He's a 10 out of 10 scammy creep. That is exactly right, Tabby. Yeah. Yeah, he does look like a boy. He does look older with the beard. Absolutely. And I think that's probably why Chantal likes the longer hair and the beard, because it does make him look older. But the new haircut is weird. He makes it looks like a Frankenstein. Like, ugh. But yeah. Alrighty. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go finish my drink. I'm gonna see if I can catch some Z's. I'll be up tomorrow. I'm filming my shopping haul tomorrow for members. I'll probably do another stream tomorrow sometime. Maybe in the morning, maybe later in the afternoon. I'm not working tomorrow, so I'll be around like a risshole. We might do I haven't done the Cubist stream on my channel yet, so maybe we might look at that. It's a pretty hard ride for anybody who hasn't seen it, for any of the newbies or any needs a refresher. I might look up and see if there's something else we can't do, because I don't know. We'll see how we go tomorrow. But Cubist stream might be on the cards, or there's some other little things in the back that I've got already loaded up on a playlist that we might look at just for fun. And yeah, so I will see everybody. Hit the like if you want to hit the like. And thank you for all the members who came in tonight. I have cracked members. I know how to do it now. So there will be more member streams coming up. Keep a lookout for them. I will try and give you plenty of notice, and they will be at a more reasonable time. My little test run was at a weird time, and deliberately so, because I didn't want to disrupt a whole bunch of people. And I just needed enough people to come in to see if it was actually working, and it worked. So whoop, whoop, whoop. There will be more member streams coming up, plus member videos. So yay. And thank you to everybody who has joined. And if you have a gifted membership, thank Doe Hickey for those, because she's the one that has gifted 15 memberships so far. So thank you very much. And I will see you guys in the next video or the next stream. And I hope you have a great afternoon, morning, or night, wherever you are. Bye, guys. I will do some more fashion stuff. Yes, it is jewelry, clothing, and some bed stuff. But yeah, and a little bit of makeup as well. But yeah, so we'll sit down and we'll have a little chitty chat. All right. Bye, guys.